Duel Links is notorious for being expensive to keep up with, and completing the card pool is a Sisyphean challenge. But what if I told you that with enough time investment and good resource management, staying competitive is possible without spending tons of cash? To accomplish this, I want to bring you this up-to-date gem guide to make keeping up a lot easier. Whether you're spending money on the game or not does not matter in the process. As a bonus for staying all the way to the end, I will also include some tips and tricks for optimal gem management. As always, timestamps for the different sections are below, and with that said, let's get right into it. Right now is the most important time of the year in Duel Links because of the upcoming World Championship qualifiers. And right now Stardust makes a very strong impression. The deck requires a lot of gems because you need 3 main box runs of the latest box to complete it. If you're on a fresh account, completing box runs is easier, but on older accounts it gets progressively harder with each new release. Why is that? To understand this, let's first look at what gem bank refers to. Because gems are not equal. They can be differentiated into login gems, recurring gems, event gems, and gems from your gem bank, while the first 3 are free gems and the gem bank has limited gems. Your gem bank basically encompasses the limited gems you have access to by just playing the game. Those include level up rewards, gate missions, lifetime missions, and duel trials. The gem bank is slowly growing with each new character release, but doesn't keep up with the new releases in the long term. Just for perspective, in the unluckiest of scenarios and when purchasing the bundle that comes with each release, 3 mini-box runs will cost you 15,100 gems and 3 main box runs will cost you 27,100 gems. That's why the other sections in this video are so important. Login gems are the easiest gems to get. You get them by just logging in or performing a few clicks. You get 200 gems and several other rewards for logging in over 20 days, meaning you get an average of 10 gems each day for just logging in. Most of the time there's an ongoing campaign giving you Ether and sometimes even UR Dream tickets, which can be worth up to 9,000 gems depending on what cards you need. Also there's a street replay giving you 5 gems each day. The map also has 4 spots that each give you 1, 3 or 5 gems randomly once per day. There are no exact percentages online, but from around 5 years of experience you have around 50% for 1 gem, 40% for 3 gems and 10% for 5 gems, netting you an additional 6 to 10 gems each day. Recently, Konami also launched a Duelist Point reward program for most parts of the world, as of May 2026, also including Europe. For signing up, you get 100 free gems and Super Rare Dream tickets. Afterwards, you get daily login bonuses, which sometimes include gems, 10 gems weekly, and the ability to grab certain rewards for points free to play on a monthly basis, adding at least 40 gems to your monthly login gem count. Besides that, around once per month you will receive 500 gems for logging in around the first few days of a new box release, and there will be 2 dual missions that total 90 more gems. This brings your gems just from logging in and basically doing nothing else to around 1260 guaranteed gems per month. This is by far the most important section because after a certain point of playing Duel Links, this will be your most important gem income source. In recent years, Konami made progressions to allow players to gain more recurring gems if they spend the appropriate amount of time to get them. Recurring gems are mostly obtained by dueling. Some are obtainable via auto-duel in varying amounts, and most of the gems are available in ranked modes. Auto-duel gems are obtained from auto-duels against legendary duelists. The most consistent method is the gate auto-duel, which is available for 10 auto-duels each day. The easiest way to go about it is to choose a character from which you haven't obtained all farmable cards yet, set your assessment multiplier to ×2 and auto-duel them 10 times a day. With an auto-duel deck that has enough chronicle effects, you can nearly guarantee ending on 4k assessment, giving you more boxes in the process. Since the feature's initial release, it resulted in around 7 gems on the worst days and around 30 gems on the best days, just from auto-dueling the gate. This is the deck I use. If you're interested, I will link it in the comments below. Since this method is just finitely doable as it requires gate keys, you should try to maximize your resource efficiency for regular auto-duels as well if you do have the time for it. If you don't log in that much, having your assessment multiplier set to ×3 is completely fine. If you want to have a better efficiency for obtaining gate keys, make sure to also set this multiplier to ×2 instead. The second source of auto-duel gems are the roaming legendary duelists in the overworld. Make sure to aim for a high duel assessment, for example by using chronicled out decks that can clear certain assessment flags easily. Your best use for assessment boosters is when dueling against level 40 overworld legendary duelists, especially during bonus assessment events. For both the gate and the legendary duelists, it is best to use a character that already has all skills unlocked, because skill drops get converted into 10 to 15 gems if they would drop and your character has all skills unlocked already. With 9 walls and respawning legendary duelists, this gives you about 18 to 27 chances a day to obtain gems and normally results in around 10 to 30 gems a day. The rest of your recurring gems are obtained by actually playing the game. The smallest manual gem source is the loaner deck section, where you can duel once daily to obtain rewards. Around once per week, the reward is 3 gems, giving you an extra 12 gems each month. The second relatively small source is weekly missions, giving you 30 gems per week and around 120 gems per month. But the biggest source for recurring gems are ranked duels. Ranked duels feature 3 sections: Speed Duel, Rush Duel and Character Duels. It is worth it to climb to King of Games in Speed and Rush because the King of Games rank ups provide you with 200 gems each. But the other rewards are also important in terms of gem income. All ranked ladders share cumulative rewards for your wins until you reach 500 wins each season, giving you 500 gems for the first 100 wins and up to 300 more if you push on to 500 wins, totaling 810 gems for cumulative rewards. In addition, there are rank up rewards, totaling 350 gems for speed, 300 gems for rush, and 500 gems each month from character duels. This brings rank to a total of 1960 possible gems per month. The total amount is actually a bit higher because of reward stamps for playing ranked, but since those do not occur on a predictable basis, they cannot be factored into the gem count. Event gems are a bit hard to calculate. As a rule of thumb, events span around 1 to 2 weeks and have sub-events active, totaling around 500 gems every 1 to 2 weeks from events, excluding new character releases. This amounts to around 1500 to 2000 guaranteed gems from events each month. If you're not just completing the events but also playing them very actively, most events have a way to earn around 5 to 20 additional gems each day by auto-dueling additional legendary duelists or getting more coins for event lotteries. Playing events very actively gives you at least 150 additional gems each month. With all bases for guaranteed monthly obtainable gems covered, let's start adding up. Logging in gives us around 1260 gems. Auto-dueling legendary duelists amounts to around 510 gems monthly, calculating on the low end of rewards. Weekly missions and the loaner duel will give you a minimum of 132 gems monthly. Ranked duels will reward you with up to 1960 gems each month. Playing and completing all events actively will net you another minimum of 1650 gems monthly. This will give you a minimum of 5512 free gems each month to work with. Most months will give you more gems, but this is the baseline to think about when deciding whether to spend gems on new releases. Let's look into the current specifics of what your gem bank contains. Duel trials can earn you 165 gems. Completing all 60 DM stages will get you an amount of 4655 gems. Completing all 30 DSOD stages will get you an amount of 1900 gems. Completing all 30 GX stages will get you an amount of 2100 gems. Completing all 30 5D stages will get you an amount of 1980 gems. Completing all 30 Zexal stages will get you an amount of 1830 gems. Completing all 30 Rush stages will get you an amount of 1800 gems. And completing all 30 Go Rush stages will also get you an amount of 1800 gems. In total, gate missions will give you 16,065 gems. The other part of the gem bank is the 131 playable characters and 8 alt-styles that are currently in the game. Completing all alt-style missions will give you around 1100 gems for a total of 8800 gems. Playable characters range from 1990 to 2840 gems. Calculating with the minimum gives us a value of 260,690 gems. In addition, nearly all characters will give you 50 gems respectively for reaching level 10 and level 30, resulting in an additional 13,100 gems. This brings the gem bank balance for a fresh account to a total of more than 300,000 gems. If all your characters are maxed out and you just get a free gems each month, you cannot keep up with the game. But that is kinda normal for free-to-play games, so there are no surprises there. What you can justify is just going for the mini boxes. That is Duel completely free to play since the current gem bank doesn't account for new character releases. For main boxes though, you basically need to go into your gem bank. But there are ways to manage your purchases in a meaningful way. The first part is relevant if you're not opposed to spending money in the game once in a while. Recently the Coda shop was launched, and buying crystals there gives you the best deals for your money. Right now, there are even bundles that give you Nibiru, Droplet or Veiler in addition to what you normally would get when buying crystals with the best in-game money to crystal conversion, which is 50 crystals for 70 cents. The best deal for just crystals is the $69.99 deal. The super rare deals that are active during box releases are basically never worth it for main boxes. You're basically spending double of what you would spend at other times, and since you get 2 copies of super rares per box run anyway, this is only ever useful if you just want to do one main box run, which is normally never the case. The super rare deals are only good if you go through a new mini box, because in those the super rares and ultra rares are basically the same, and the deals could save you an entire box run. Also, before spending crystals, it is always good to calculate what your crystal to pack conversion would be. As a rule of thumb, I would not use crystals if you spend more than 40 crystals per pack. And besides the first super rare deal for main boxes, the others are just wasteful. The crystal deals that are worth it are the ones that focus on giving you just packs. The other ones I highly recommend spending crystals instead of gems on are the bundles. Yes, they can be purchased with gems, but here crystals are way more efficient, effectively halving your cost. The other part about opening main boxes is knowing in advance which ultra rares you want 3 of and which ones will never be relevant at 3. You should reset your first box once you have all the ultra rares you want 3 of. If a set only has very few good ultra rares and you put them very early on, it might even be worth it resetting the box then and there. That is also what I did with the recent set when I pulled a Starless Synchron early on, and I reset the box early a few times, resulting in me finishing the box in basically 2 runs instead of 3 and saving me around 9,000 gems on the last main box in the process. The last trick for saving up on gems is probably the most important one. Keep in mind what you want to do in Duel Links. Do you just want to reach King of Games each season? In that case, normally only going into boxes when you have expiring gems is fine. Do you want to have good results in tournaments? In that case, keep 1 to 2 relevant decks and go into boxes when those decks get power crept. Do you want to play in leagues? In that case, keep decks ready that complement what your team brings. You might want to have 3 to 4 competitive decks ready. Do you only want to try hard for KC Cups? In that case, save up for the main box that drops 3 to 4 weeks before the KC Cup. And finally, what if you want to reach the World Championships? In that case, you need to keep up with the meta decks because of the Worlds format itself. Being free to play here puts you in a disadvantageous position, as you want to have access to all of the best decks. Having all decks available is the second most important asset to go to the World Championship anyways. So this is it for the most up-to-date gem guide. This was a lot of work to put together, so if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. With that said, good luck with your preparations for the Regional World Championship qualifiers, and see you guys next time.